The English Armada of 1589, often overshadowed by the Spanish Armada of 1588, was a disastrous military expedition that starkly highlighted the pitfalls of overambition and poor planning. Launched by England as a follow-up to its victory over Spain, the campaign aimed to cripple Spanish power further and support rebels in Portugal. Instead, it resulted in staggering losses, political embarrassment, and a missed opportunity to capitalize on Spain's momentary weakness. The context of the English Armada. The Spanish Armada's failed invasion of England in 1588 marked a significant victory for Queen Elizabeth I. Despite this, Spain remained a formidable power. To maintain momentum, England decided to strike Spain directly with three primary objectives. 1. Destroy the remnants of the Spanish fleet. 2. Capture Spanish treasure ships and ports. 3. Support the Portuguese resistance against Spanish rule. This ambitious plan aimed to dismantle Spain's naval dominance and expand England's influence. However, the execution of the campaign proved deeply flawed. The missteps of the English Armada. 1. Lack of coordination. The expedition was poorly organized from the start. Sir Francis Drake, a celebrated naval commander, led the fleet, but he clashed with Sir John Norreys, who commanded the land forces. Their lack of coordination hampered strategic decision-making. 2. Insufficient resources. The English fleet consisted of about 140 ships and 23,000 men, but it was underfunded and poorly supplied. Many ships were ill-equipped, and provisions for food, water, and medical supplies were inadequate. 3. Overambitious goals. The English sought to achieve too much with too little. Their plan to capture Lisbon relied heavily on Portuguese support, which failed to materialize, leaving the expedition isolated and vulnerable. 4. Spanish resistance. Spain, though weakened by its defeat in 1588, was not defenseless. Spanish forces were well prepared to counter the English assault, and local populations remained loyal to King Philip II, offering little support to the invaders. The catastrophe unfolds. The English Armada departed in April 1589, but the campaign quickly descended into chaos. Failed assaults. The fleet initially attacked Corunna in northern Spain, but failed to achieve a decisive victory, suffering heavy casualties. Disaster in Lisbon. The English forces reached Lisbon, hoping to spark a Portuguese uprising against Spanish rule. However, the Portuguese showed no inclination to rebel, and the English were unable to capture the city. Plague and hunger, disease and starvation ravaged the English forces, compounded by their extended stay in hostile territory. Poor hygiene and lack of supplies decimated the troops. Costly retreat. By the time the fleet limped back to England, thousands of men had died, and the mission had achieved none of its objectives. The aftermath. The English Armada was a financial and human disaster. It is estimated that England lost more men and ships in this campaign than Spain had in its failed invasion the previous year. The expedition cost England heavily, not only in resources, but also in morale and reputation. 1. Impact on England. The failure exposed the limits of England's military capabilities and highlighted the dangers of overextension. The loss strained England's treasury, weakening its ability to fund future campaigns. 2. Spanish resurgence. Though the Spanish Armada's failure was a significant blow to Spain, the English Armada's catastrophe allowed King Philip II to recover and maintain his dominance in Europe. Lessons from the disaster. The English Armada stands as a cautionary tale of hubris and poor planning. It serves as a reminder that even nations riding high on victory must temper ambition with pragmatism. For Elizabethan England, the expedition underscored the importance of preparation, coordination, and realistic goal-setting in warfare. Conclusion. While the Spanish Armada's failure is remembered as a triumph for England, the English Armada of 1589 was an even greater debacle. Its failure to capitalize on Spain's vulnerability ensured that Philip II's empire endured, and it revealed the fragility of England's military infrastructure. This overlooked chapter in history serves as a stark reminder that not all campaigns are destined for glory.